Greetings, math fans. All right, so this is the practice quiz here, and I'm just going to do the solution key and probably take just a few minutes of your time. All right, here we go. So the first problem, obviously, is to solve and graph the solution to each of the following. Okay, so the first thing is OR. You have to remember OR is wherever you see a line. Okay, so just to kind of give you an example, if you see a line, here's your number line. Okay, wherever I see, it doesn't matter. Wherever I see a line, if I graph two different things, I start to see a line right here. Do you guys agree with that? I know it's overlapping here, which is an AND problem, but I don't care about that. I just, wherever I see a line. So if the line starts here, the answer starts right here. Okay? So let's just do this problem here. I'm going to graph it on a number line. And I have 3 and 6. And basically, I have a line like that, and I have a line like that. This is what you're going to graph for me for work. And then you're going to say, now where does the line start? Well, the line starts right here. So you're going to say at 3, that's my solution. So x is greater than 3. That's it. Okay? It's really not difficult. Okay. Next one, I can tell it's a between problem. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this right away. And I'm going to see these are open dots. So I'm going to do this. I know it's going to be a barbell. I know it is. So I'm just going to put it there. Okay, so now I'm going to add 4 to all sides. You get negative 6 less than 2x less than 16. Divide everything by 2. Negative 3 less than x less than 8. Okay? Negative 3 and 8, and that's how I'm going to put my answer blank. This is my answer right here. Okay? It's really pretty easy. Okay, the next one, you need to understand, this is not a between or an or problem or anything. This is literally just solving an inequality problem. It's solving an inequality problem. So there's no looking where the line starts. I mean, this is literally 3 times x is 3x minus 15 minus 5x is less than negative 7. Okay, combine like terms, I get negative 2x minus 15 is less than negative 7, and I add 15 to both sides. So negative 2x is less than 8, divide by negative 2. The only thing I ask you guys to remember for this section here is when you divide by a negative or multiply by a negative, you flip the inequality. So x is greater than negative 4. So negative 4, it's greater than negative 4, so it goes that way. Okay? Next problem. Okay, it's an AND problem. So again, I'm going to do my work. And AND means wherever it overlaps. Overlap. Right? So I graph, this is 3 and 6, less than 3, greater than 6. Where does it overlap? It doesn't. No solution. So please don't draw a graph on here. There's no graph here, guys. This is your work. But if you say no solution, there's nothing on the graph. Okay, this is it. All right? Okay, number 5. It's an equal to sign with an absolute value. Okay, so we're going to add 7 to both sides. So absolute value 2x minus 3 equals 15. Now it's isolated, right? This is all by itself. So you set that equal to positive and negative of that 15. So 2x minus 3 equals 15. 2x minus 3 equals negative 15. So add 3, so 2x equals 18, divide by 2, x equals 9, and add 3, so 2x equals negative 12, divide by 2, x equals negative 6. So there you go. There's your two answers, 9 and negative 6. All right. Okay, so for the next problem, it's an inequality. So I need to first solve it. So I'm going to subtract 3 from all sides. So I get absolute value of x plus 2 is less than 6. All right, you guys have to look at this problem, and you have to look at that sign right there. It's a less than. I know it's a less than because it's looks like a less, right? L-E-S-S. Okay, it's a less than, it's between. If it's greater than, okay, so which is the other one, it's an or. Great or, great or. I don't know how else to tell you that. To know it, what this type of problem is, you have to just look at it and do between is less than and greater than is or. That's the only, I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, so you have to know how to do these problems. They're really simple as long as you just kind of follow the directions the exact same time every time. Okay, so this is a less than, so it's a between, so I'm going to write it out as x plus 2, and they're always going to point this way. So I'm going to put this, they're always going to point this way, the inequalities. And it's positive and negative of this number here. So it's going to be negative 6 here and positive 6. Okay, and then I solve. So I'm going to subtract 2 from all sides to get negative 8 less than x less than 4. I know it's a barbell. Even before I started the problem, or before I did anything with the problem, let me get rid of this red here. I knew it was going to, since I knew it was between, okay, since I knew it was between, I knew it was going to be a barbell. All right, so I'm going to draw the barbell. I knew it, but it was, of course, it's an open dot too. Okay, but here it is, negative 8 and 4. I knew it was going to be a barbell. Anyway, this is the answer you put on the blank, by the way. So negative 8 less than x less than 4. Okay? All right, next one. Okay, I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So you get absolute value of x minus 2 is greater than 3. It's an or problem. Greater. Greater. Okay, so it's always set up this way. There's no deviation from this. Nothing, no change from this. Always set up this way. X minus 2. It's less than. You need to do this. It's less than negative 3. Always less than the negative of that value. Okay, always. I don't know how else to tell you that. Always. Okay, or x minus 2 is greater than positive 3. Okay, always positive, always greater than positive that value. Always. All right, and then I got to solve each one of these. So I'm going to add 2. So you get x is less than negative 1, and I'm going to add 2. X is greater than 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is my answer, x is less than negative 1 or x is greater than 5. Guys, it is always pointing opposite directions, like oars on a boat. Always pointing. So even before I started this problem, I could have done this. I know that's what it is. If it's an or problem, I know it's going to go that way. Always. Okay, there's no question about it. So then I just put these numbers here, negative 1 and 5, and I'm done with the problem. Okay? So you can't make a mistake on this if you follow the rules every time. All right. Let's do this next one. Next one's a little tricky. See at 3, basically we're combining like terms before you even start the problem out, okay? So I basically I made it a little tricky. So it's 3 minus 6. So we really have negative absolute value of x minus 3. Don't forget that negative in front. Okay, minus 3. 3 minus 6 is negative 3 equals 4. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So you get negative absolute value of x minus 3 equals 7. And I'm going to divide by negative 1. So this is what I get. I get absolute value of x minus 3 equals negative 7. Okay, you guys should remember, if there's a negative here and it's absolute value, there's impossible to take the absolute value of something and get a negative. Impossible. Absolute value of negative 5 is 5. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Impossible to get a negative value. This is no solution. And that's what goes on your answer blank. Okay? After you solve it, if it's equal to a negative, you are done. It is no solution. Okay? All right. And then the last problem is I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. So I get negative absolute value of x plus 5 is greater than negative 12. Now there's a negative here, so I'm going to divide both sides by -1. And I get absolute value of x plus 5. And remember what happens when you divide by negative? You switch the inequality sign. That's important. So what kind of problem is this? It's a less than problem. You have to know that. Less than is between. You have to know it. Okay? So I know my answer is going to look like this. I just know it is. So I'm going to draw it. And so you're going to write x plus 5. You're going to put those arrows that way. They're always that way. There's a -12 here and a +12 here. And then I'm going to solve. So you can subtract 5 from both sides. Or all three sides, I should say. So -17 less than x less than 7. And that's what goes here. -17 and 7. So you write that. Oh, you write this as the answer. Okay? That's it, math fans. I mean, this is just more practice, and hopefully you guys are good to go with that because you need to know what you're doing with these types of problems. All right? That's it. Outstanding. Have a great day. Adios. Goodbye.